Live from Los Angeles, California. Welcome to Good Morning LaLa Land. I'm Dr. Erin.
I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jessamine Lee. Good morning, LaLa Land.
All right, so excited today. So today is all about Transformation Tuesday. So if you want to find out about the hot spots in Los Angeles, you don't want to miss this show. And we have 5 tips to setting great goals for the New Year's. If you're interested in that and you want to get tight and right, or if you want to love your curves for the New Year, you don't want to miss this show, right?
Absolutely. And we got a special guest.
We do have a great guest.
Yes. Tambi, our very own Focus TV food editor. We're so excited. She's going to give us a few tips on where you can spend your New Year's Eve. She's got a great interview with one of the owners and chefs of one of the local hot spots right down the street. Catch. Transformation Tuesday. I have to admit, I'm struggling a little. Coming off the Christmas long weekend. How was your holiday?
The gluten is still going through.
It's like sludge.
It's like sludge through the blood veins right now.
Because you don't do gluten ever, right?
No, I don't. You know what? Honestly, I don't have a strict diet like that.
You're pretty clean.
I eat everything in moderation.
Yeah. Moderation, even in moderation, like Jessamine said.
It's more of a Paris kind of a thing, right?
Yeah. How was your break?
Woo! Okay, so my son just left last night, and I just want to give a shout out to Coburn. I love you. I had such a great time. He was here for 4 days, and we hit the town. Like you guys know, we did no presents. I did get a little fake Christmas tree, and we hit the town because what's so cool is that he's considering kind of living here.
Do it.
So, like,
did you win him over?
Yeah, so every time he comes, I'm like, okay, how can I, where can I take him? That'd be really cool. Because the first time he came to LA, he was I had just moved here when he was a senior in high school at the end, and he hated LA.
Yeah.
It was like, hell no, this place is gross. I don't get it. There's just, you sit around and shop, and what do you do in this town? But every time he's come, he has discovered a new place. So actually, the greatest tip was to have him hang out with his cousin. I let them go out one night, and they went to Malibu Soho House. They went to, Santa Monica. They went all over, and he's like, okay, first of all, the people. That's what LA is all about. The entrepreneurial mindset, people up to fulfilling their dreams, doing whatever. So I think he's going to move here.
What?
Fingers crossed,
That's
right?
why I moved. Yeah,
right?
It's the people. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, you should just call me. We'll just have him meet some women.
Right.
Oh my God, it's all he needs.
That's
all he needs. It's like, you can just tell any guy, there are beautiful women here. Come over here.
Right.
And they'll pretty much move to anywhere.
Right.
Is that what you got here?
And it helped. Yes, that always helps. Yeah, it was that. But also, it was just the people, like you were saying, Erin. I think there are really incredible people in LA, like up to really interesting things, and people that are chasing their dreams. And for me, that's like, that's the change maker right there. Yeah, that's the difference maker.
Yep.
People are chasing their dreams.
How was your Christmas?
It was awesome. I saw some family. Spent time with family.
Fam-damily.
Yes, exactly. Went to see some lights, like a light show. That was pretty cool. Yeah, it was awesome. It was very relaxed for the most part. So I spent time with mom. It's good. How about you?
I spent my Christmas in LA. It was the first time I was away from my family for the holiday, which was a little bit weird, but I have great friends who are like family here, and it was so amazing how the community really just opened its doors, and I had so many invitations to, this dinner party or that, and it was really cool. A couple of my girlfriends got together. We made Christmas cookies. We went and passed them out to the homeless people, and really just wanted to connect and celebrate with the community. I was able to do that because nobody else was in LA.
It's still very empty.
It's still very empty. It's really nice.
Yeah.
It took me like 20 minutes to get to the studio this morning. It usually takes me about an hour.
That gives you around 15 minutes of sleep. It was me.
We took every day we were doing whatever, go eat, do whatever, and afterwards I drive some more. I was like, oh, we can actually drive to this area of town because it's the apocalypse, like we said. And we did walk on Christmas Day. My brother came over and one of my friends, and we all walked over to the Grove just to get out for a while. And there was actually a lot of people at the Grove.
Really?
Most of it was shut down, but everyone was still walking around. I'm like, everyone's here. They're like waiting for the shops.
What did you
open.
eat? Did you have trouble finding food or no? Did you eat
we cooked at home. Well, at night, the Christmas Eve, we went up to Sunset Tower. Just my son and I. It was we had the best time, you guys. So we sat down. I mean, it's such a great restaurant. And we literally just had the conversation of what was the best part of your year? What was the, biggest accomplishment? What are you proud of? What's next year? We just sat my son Like, just we had the deepest conversation. It
You're
was
like the
so
coolest
cool.
mom, Erin, I will say.
So cool.
Right? You really are the coolest mom.
So
It's
I want to
amazing.
ask you guys that. So what was the most, like, what do you think was your greatest thing that, for you, not for the world, like, what was your greatest accomplishment in 2017?
Jaslyn.
Loaded question. Way to pass that one. Jeez.
My greatest accomplishment this year. Wow. I would say that for the most part, just finding deeper peace with what is. Like
That's
that
what-
by
yeah.
far. Because there's lots of things I could say. I could say, oh, I was moving to LA or it was this or that. But the truth is, the one thing that to me is completely priceless is just experiencing a deeper sense of peace and centeredness.
That's exactly what I was thinking about. Okay,
Yeah.
so for majority of my life, I was always like up and down, contingent upon what was going on out in the world. And then I realized, like, even it's only been really probably less than 5 years of truly every year being like no dysfunction, no upsets.
Yeah.
Like, that's the greatest accomplishment out of
by
everything.
far. Yeah.
I certainly had upsets. A little dash of dysfunction in there. Certainly was not without fault. I think my personal biggest accomplishment was just to get ready. That was the goal for me for 2017, was to be ready for something bigger and better that I could ever hope or imagine for myself. Whatever that opportunity was going to be, whatever gift of the universe that was, I had a goal to be ready for it. And I do think I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
Bam, here comes Good Morning LaLa Land. She's ready, right?
Jaslyn.
Everyone loves Jaslyn. They're probably like, these stupid guys over here preaching
What are
Rob
you
and
talking about?
Erin. They're
They
like,
love
oh,
Jaslyn.
whatever. And they're like, finally, we can
Totally.
relate to somebody.
Totally.
I'm just honest.
Yeah.
I'm just being
It's
honest.
so beautiful, Jaslyn. That's true.
thanks.
I think this was a huge compliment too. Just Good Morning LaLa Land.
For sure.
Honestly, just the work and the investment that you all have put in, and everybody else has put in, has been mind blowing to me. So that in of itself is an accomplishment.
And we're making history here in 2017, America's first live streaming daily talk show.
Yes.
Right.
9 a.m. Pacific time on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. They're making a morning person out of me.
What?
History in the
Right.
making.
I thought that was the
That's
coffee.
history.
I thought that was the coffee that was making a morning person out of you. I think most of us.
So let's talk about the hot spots for New Year's Eve. Since this is Transformation Tuesday, we have less than 1 week. Next Tuesday it will be New Year's. So
Wow.
what
You got the
are you
deal
guys
on
going to
that,
do?
Jaslyn,
What are you
or
going to do
what?
for New Year's?
Well, I have the dress, which is the most important thing.
That is the
really?
most
That
important
is
thing.
it. Well, for me, obviously, I always think about what am I going to wear? It's not where am I going to go. It's what am I going to wear? So I went down the street to Luella Rockefeller. Our good friend Lauren has a pop-up down there. And I was like, oh, what am I going to wear for New Year's Eve? And so I got a great dress from there. And they will be reopened in January. She'll be back from London.
Nice.
So, yeah, a little shout out to her.
So she's got the dress, but you don't have the party yet.
need
So
the venue.
Yeah,
out
Just need the
there,
venue.
you guys can DM and make the offers.
Erin,
she'll
don't
be
try-
getting 100
Erin's
emails
always
today.
trying to, like, set me up or something.
Tell them they're going to take numbers, Jaslyn.
So what are you
They're
gonna
gonna
do,
take numbers. I don't know. That's a great question. I love everything Jaslyn's talking about. I heard about this prohibition party. I might check out at Union Station. I don't know.
what does that
What is
mean?
that?
I know. I guess it's a throwback to like
Oh, cool.
prohibition. It's like, so I might do that. I'm not sure.
That's cool. It'll be like on big vats
Yeah.
of booze,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Probably.
Speaking
Right.
of what do you wear to a
Yeah.
prohibition party,
Boy.
you've got a suit for it, I'm sure.
By
have
the
to work
way,
that out.
by
Yes.
the way,
I'm gonna have to work that
we
out.
did not coordinate these outfits
I don't
today.
know how this is happening.
I don't.
It's really strange.
I swear, it
just one mind.
Just one mind, as the
connected.
truth of the universe is
Yeah.
that we're one mind, we're connected. So
Kinda weird.
hence
I
the
know.
fashion.
I think we make people feel uncomfortable.
Tomorrow we'll be completely off. We'll be like, okay, never mind. It doesn't work.
Of course. What are you going to do for New Year's?
I will be flying back. So Karma Coin is flying me out to Albuquerque, New
So
Mexico
fancy. So fancy
on
you are.
Friday. So right after we shoot on Friday, I'll be jumping on a plane, going out there. We're doing a big just think tank on the entire thing, how we're launching, crowdfunding, all of the viral stuff, videos, everything. And then I'm flying back 5 p.m. on New Year's Eve because we shoot, we're going to be doing a 2-hour show New Year's Day.
Woo!
We're doing 2 hours, you guys.
If you're going to be up,
Yes.
Facebook, Instagram,
Is there
engagement,
enough coffee in LA?
Right? So I will probably do a kind of a mellow dinner,
yeah.
and probably go out to a nice dinner. Call early.
Yeah, look at you. All right. Oh, that's pretty good. And your son will be gone by then, huh?
He's gone yesterday.
He's gone yesterday.
He left, yeah.
Okay. See that? A little slow. I haven't had my coffee.
Drink some more coffee. So on that note, let's take a little break, because when we come back, you guys, we're going to talk about Transformation Tuesday. So the second segment of the day, each week, has a theme. So Monday's motivation, Tuesday's transformation, Wednesday is wealth, and tomorrow we're going to be talking about
cryptocurrency.
You don't want to miss tomorrow. Yeah. I'm so excited because I'm trying to learn this. And then Thursday's Thought Thursday. So we talk about mindfulness, attitude, things like that. And then Friday is a Friday feeling, which is all about sex, love, rock and roll. No, just kidding. It's about relationships and love and some of that other stuff, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We've got some interesting guests lined up.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so stay tuned, you guys. We'll be right back for Transformation Tuesday. Good morning, La La Land. I'm Dr. Erin.
I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jasmine Royer. Monday through Friday, we are going to be streaming to you live, Los Angeles.
America's first live streaming daily talk show.
At 9 a.m. Pacific time on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
And we have a sexy show for you today.
We have got Will, Leanne, and Gabe in the house. Let's go back there. Hi!
Talked to 4 beautiful, intelligent, conscious women. Clearly, I was miserable the entire time.
She has a TV show similar to your guys.
Ellen.
Yes!
Yes!
The little peck. Come on.
I feel so bad for Jess.
We're live for the people viewing.
For the people.
Wow!
MICKEYMOUSC Club Mickey Mouse on Good Morning La La Land.
We are streaming to you live Monday through Friday on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Happy holidays.
It's going to be a good
Good morning, La La Land.
5, 6, 7, 8. We are the Mouseketeers, and we proudly wear our ears. We mousin', we mousin', MICKEYMOUSC Club Mickey Mouse. Good morning, La La Land.
Welcome back, you guys, to Good Morning La La Land. We are all about Transformation Tuesday, you guys. You don't want to miss this segment. So who do we have in the back room today?
So excited to welcome Tambi Saffran. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Hi, Tambi.
Our Focus Family food editor. We're so excited to talk to you later in the episode about where we're going to go for New Year's Eve. But we like to find out how you start your day in LA. So what's your morning routine?
My morning routine, I get up every day and I hike. I hike Fryman Canyon every single morning. I try to go 7 days a week.
Wow.
It's just, it's a really just a good time for me to get in tune with myself and listen to music. And I do that every day. Take my kids to school. I eat breakfast every morning. It's very important to eat a good breakfast every morning. And then I start my workday.
Awesome.
Awesome.
So much
Every
better than
day.
me.
Wow.
How does hiking transform your day in the theme of Transformation
Well,
Tuesday?
it's just it's my alone time. It's my Zen time where I can think about my day and the things I need to do. I can listen to my music. I'm not interrupted by kids or a phone or emails or texts. It's just my time, and I think it's really important to take the time to have that time to yourself every day. It just gets you in the right zone for the rest of the day. So
Absolutely.
Great. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, when we come back, to the studio later. We are so excited to talk to you more about where we're going to go and eat.
So many questions.
So excited to hear
Yes.
about that. Every day, I hike
That's why
every
you gotta
day.
keep exercising.
So, okay, so you guys, so today is all about Transformation Tuesday. So we have 5 tips for you of how to set your New Year's goals, which Rob is going to give us the
Yeah.
breakdown of his kind of segment on that. So
Yeah, so tip number 1 is to write them down. So apparently if you write down your goals, you're way more likely to stick to them and achieve them. So it's a pretty simple one, writing
Right?
them down. But something about writing them down makes them stick.
Do you write them down?
I do. I write down my goals. My goals sometimes aren't as quote unquote measurable as they could be. But yeah, I definitely write down my
yeah.
goals.
So in the mastermind that I hold for people is you set your goals in the 4 areas of your life. So you write them down for your, your relationships, for your health, for your money, and for your creative expression. And you do that. So we do that quarterly, and we actually put it kind of almost into a 1 sentence that's measurable, and then you actually laminate it. And I get multiple of them. So like one's in my car, one's in my wallet, one's next to my bed. So it's like you're constantly looking, and then you redo them every quarter, every 12 weeks.
Wow, see, I thought you just tripped and became a self-made millionaire, but apparently it was planned. Excellent. Good for you. That's fantastic. So tip number 2 is, if you can, you want to share them publicly. So when you share them with people, of course,
Scary.
it's going to make you feel a lot more accountable. So yeah, share them with other people.
So do you do that, Jess?
I do, actually. I have a great group of girls, Boss Babe girls. A little shout out to you this morning. And, we're really supportive in encouraging each other and keeping each other accountable and what our monthly goals are. So we check in once a month with each other and say, what are you trying to accomplish? How can I help you do that? And really that's one of the things that's beautiful about LA is being able to encourage each other and be in a position where you can help each other in some of those.
Totally.
It's a step ahead. Justin's always a step ahead. And then she steals my shine because I had tip number 3 and she just not.
We have like the
She
concept
just
of
laid
it.
it out. It was perfect.
Tip number 3.
Tip number 3 is having an accountability partner. So that was just crushed it.
You're my
You can't play with
accountability
Jess, man. She's very well done, Jess.
Wait, so the first one's write it out.
Yes, so write it
Second
down,
one,
share it publicly.
Oh yeah, share it publicly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 3 is get an accountability partner. So somebody who checks in with you, make sure that you're like staying up to task. Someone who you check in with, make sure they're staying up to task. Yeah, it's just a good idea. It kind of keeps you on track.
Absolutely, because it's always like T-minus 30 minutes before you have to be
Oh my
accountable,
gosh,
and you're
totally.
like, oh man, what am I going to do? I've got to do something about this right now because I'm going to have to.
That's true.
Yeah, the dog ate my goals assignment doesn't
Right.
work as
Yeah.
well when you're
So
40.
we do the mastermind every week, so that's how you have the accountability. Like, what did you do this week? And then that's how you can tell what's going on subconsciously with people is if they set the goals for the week and they're not doing their goals. So what's really going on? What sabotage is going on within
Yeah.
your subconscious? Where do you need to know the truth? What breakthroughs do you need to have?
Yeah,
Exposing the underlying.
that's right.
Right?
That's right. You go straight to the bar and you notice their wet bar and you say,
Right?
oh.
That's why you want to have measurable goals, because you can't tell what's going on with consciousness if you don't measure it.
Love that. Yeah, that's fantastic. So measuring, that's a huge piece. And in speaking of terms of measurement, one of the greatest tips as well is to be consistent. So to focus on consistency instead of trying to make a huge quantum leap. So sometimes that means setting the bar lower than you normally would. It's the consistency that matters over the course of a year or several months. It's not like trying to run a marathon,
I'm all about going all the way high and then like flailing and be like,
Right,
"I
exactly,
can't do it."
exactly. January 1st.
flopping on the ground like,
Totally. It's like January 1st, I'm going to do all of this, and then January 15th comes and you're just exhausted.
Doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Right?
So you want to try to be consistent, set the bar low.
Speaking of that, I was thinking about transformation today, and I was thinking about there's a book that I haven't read that I just bought the audio book, and I'm kind of planning on doing it this week. It's Tim Ferriss, 4-Hour Body, because I loved his book so much about 4-Hour Work Week. I thought, this guy's kind of got it going on with his hacks and science backing and all this stuff. Because, I teach, when we think about transformation, whether it be goals or transformation of the body, being a doctor of divinity, we teach the mindset. And that's great, but it's also great to know like what really works out in the world.
Yes.
So he has all these tips about doing less. And that's why I brought this up, because doing less, when people say, I'm going to do all these huge goals, or it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It actually is the least that you do. And the more you feel like you're actually accomplishing that, the more you're going to actually accomplish.
That's a real struggle for me, is maintaining efficiency. Because I'm the queen of overcommitting, whether it's overcommitting to my own expectations or others' expectations or things like that, and then I can never live up to it. And really, like you said, if I do less, I can do more better.
Yes.
Right?
Wow. Very well said. That feels like a tweetable. That feels very tweetable.
So we should see how much we can do this show with the least amount of effort. Like how much we can automate it, how much we
That's
can.
literally the way I live my life. You don't understand. I don't just say that. It really does. Because I noticed how much time and energy and effort I was putting into certain things, but it wasn't giving me the results I wanted in all areas of my life, whether it's working out, or whether it's in terms of my professional life or just social life. So there's a huge, so the question is, it's ROI, right? So how can I spend
return
less,
on investment,
yes,
ROI, just so you know.
Yes, how can I spend less time, energy, and effort or money to get even better results?
Right? So that's what Tim Ferriss is all about in that book. So he talks about things like you actually, the more, if you do these huge workouts, it's actually worse for you because then you're going to get extra hungry and you end up binge eating versus if you if you want to lose weight, you do just there's like a science to the minimum amount of burning that fat, of going just at that right heartbeat that burns fat.
I love that.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's so many hacks to it. So I'm going to listen to that book all this week and give you guys the greatest tips out of that one that I
It'll
found.
be really interesting, especially going into the new year and everybody's got their resolutions, right? I just read a recent fact that said 45% of Americans do make New Year's resolutions. Less than half of them keep them.
Wow. Yeah, I can see that. I did I was a spokesperson once for a company, and the whole point was to get people to make New Year's resolutions and stick to them. So we wanted to share all this kind of, interesting science around it and stuff, but people really struggle around the New Year's. You know how the gyms are packed, like January 2nd, January 3rd, they're packed. And
3
then
weeks
January
in, it's
15th,
out.
Yeah, it's over. It's like, wow, it's back to normal. Yeah. So it's a great point around the new resolutions.
There's a really interesting list on list.org of the 25 most common New Year's resolutions and the most commonly quit resolutions. Of course, obviously, diet, exercise. But one I thought was really interesting, number 13, was stop procrastinating.
Well, but see, that's the thing is that as in goals, as you just said, you have to make them in the positive sense. The subconscious and the universe doesn't hear a negative. So like say, I'm going to stop drinking or I'm going to stop procrastinating. It doesn't, it just hears I'm going to procrastinate.
Yeah.
I'm going to drink. It doesn't hear not. Like there's no such thing in the creative factor of the universe. It doesn't hear negative.
It's so interesting you say this. So when I got the Vespa, right, I had to take a motorcycle driving course. And I've had Vespas in the past, but here in California, a little different. So I went and take the motorcycle course. And of course, the first thing they tell you, one of the first things they tell you is when you're heading toward like a wall or something that's in the road, don't look at the thing you're trying to avoid. Look away from it. It seems so obvious. It's like, yeah, why would I stare? Rock, 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 boom, dead. You're like, no. They're like, when you want to avoid something, you have to look in the other direction. You want to look in the direction that you want to go. Don't look in the direction you don't want to go.
Right. So instead of I don't want to procrastinate, you would instead of saying I don't want to procrastinate, you would say, what could you say?
Yeah. Well, I want to accomplish things promptly and quickly and efficiently and effectively. You want to put it in a way that's exciting and
right.
It's approach driven instead of avoidant. Yes.
So speaking of that, let's get on the topic of transformation through eating and rest. How do you keep tight and right, or whatever you want to say, and eat out in Los Angeles? We have so many events, so many things. So I'm dying to get back to the interview with Tambi. Like, how do we do that? And then also I want to know, what are the transformational mindset that it takes for somebody who's been successful as a restaurant owner or a chef? Like, how do these people live? How do they think that's had them successful in this realm of setting goals and New Year's resolutions and things like that? So let's head back there, you guys. You think?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, good. So stay tuned, you guys. We're going to go to the back studio with this. Just Tambi is her handle on Instagram, and super excited to find out about Catch, about her personal perseverance in La La Land. Stay tuned.
This is Jack. His mother didn't save his childhood artwork.
She just threw it all away like it was garbage.
If only his mother had Archive. Archive is the easiest and fastest way to chronologically store your child's art. Snap a picture, tag it, and store it safely in our cloud. Then share it with friends and family. Even turn it into a calendar, mug, or your very own printed book. Oh, you were gonna make one yourself? Yeah, that's what his mom said. Download the Archive app now and help us save art.
Archive, available now on the App Store.
Hey, Dr. Drew here, and I am on the HEAL Advisory Board. I got involved with this organization because it's the answer to our healthcare problem. Listen to me. You go to urgent care, you go to emergency room, you are paying for all that equipment, all that infrastructure, you're wasting time, you're exposing yourself to sick people. All you got to do is go to heal.com or get the HEAL app at heal.com, get that HEAL app, and you can have a doctor wherever you are. It's $99 if you don't have insurance, though most insurances cover it. It's the most effective way to get the care you're looking for and the most cost efficient. $99 all in. That's it. And you get a board certified physician to show up wherever you are, your home, your work, whatever it is, 8A to 8P, 7 days a week, including holidays. And that board certified individual, that licensed professional, is going to just be paying attention to you and focusing on you and using his or her judgment to take care of your needs in that moment. Go to HEAL. Check it out. You'll see what I'm saying. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Hi, this is Jennifer Eddy, and I'm here with Spa Girl Cocktails today. We're thrilled to be here with Empowerista and Girl Talk Network at UNITA and El Segundo to help support and empower women, the community. We have 2 flavors with Spa Girl Cocktails, Pear and Spa. Those are our signature cocktails. They're low-calorie and gluten-free, all natural, nothing added. You can find us at Bevmo and Total Wine in all of your communities. We're thrilled to be here with Focus Magazine today in their December issue.
Hello everyone, I'm Joyce Gerard, creator of the Joyce Miracle Elixir Collection, and I'm happy to say that it's the only collection out there that is not going to have any harsh chemicals, free of parabens, free of sulfates, free of sodium chloride, absolutely cruelty-free, because for me that is super important. And it's made right here in USA. And it's the only line that is going to deliver you the best antioxidants, vitamins, fatty acids, minerals, straight from Mother Nature. I've infused my entire line with buriti, maracuya, moringa, and argan. So you have the buriti, which is the tree of life. You have the argan, which is literally liquid gold. You have the maracuya, which is the richest source of vitamin C. And you have the moringa, which is the richest superfood in the world. So I've combined all these yummy ingredients from Mother Nature and delivered them straight to you, straight to your strands, straight to your face. In all my products, that's the base of it. And the most important thing is that everything is made with love right here at home in USA, straight for you.
And the reason they book me and keep me is because it's more than just training. It's just authentic. And so I think that's one thing I realized that I had my whole life was will. I'm so determined to get to where I want to go. I'm not going to let nothing stop me, not even myself. Right? And I try to tell my clients and people, it's all a mindset. You know, absolutely. You got to really want it. They said, you can change anything, but before you change anything, you got to change it in your mind first. Just because I always say if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you.
I'm Eden Sassoon, and I own 2 Pilates studios, Eden by Eden Sassoon Pilates. And to be quite honest, I hate socks. But my girlfriend Sally just created a line, Mantra Socks. And to me, at Pilates, you cannot get on my machine without socks. But now, you can get on my machine with the intention. Today, I have Be Love. To me, that means a lot. But also, when you buy a pair of these socks, 1 pair gets donated to a homeless shelter. And that is something, that's really what matters, to be quite honest. It's not just about the sock. It's about the intention. It's about what you're giving back and how you're paying it forward. And so for that, Sally, I thank you. And I love mantra socks.
Hi guys, I'm Joyce Gerard and I support my beautiful friend Sally with her mantra socks. Look how cute they are. Be Love is my favorite. So go get them. Run and get them on Amazon.com.
LaLa Land. We are back with Focus TV family Tambi Saffran. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thanks for having me,
Tambi.
guys.
So
I didn't get the memo about the white shirt.
Right?
That's a good thing, actually. Yes.
We wanted you to stick out.
We love the pop
A pop of personality. So you are the producer and the host of LA Chefs.
I am.
What was the inspiration for this project for you?
Well, my two passions are food and music. I'm also a producer of a documentary movie called She Rocks, The X Factor She Rocks, about the history and evolution of lead female guitar players.
I love that.
And I love to eat, and there's so many great restaurants in
I think we got that in common right now.
There we go. There's so many great restaurants in LA, and with Instagram and Facebook and Yelp, everyone's seeing pictures of the food, but we're not really meeting the chefs. So I thought, how cool, let's meet the chefs. We live in LA. There's such cool chefs in LA, They do cool things. Like, I know the chef of the Waldorf Astoria hoverboards all over Beverly Hills with this cute little Converse.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
And the chef at the Four Seasons, he skin dives, or not scuba, but when you don't have skin dives, off Point Doom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And the peninsula has a beautiful rooftop garden, and they grow their own herbs and vegetables up there.
I didn't know that.
Yes. And if you have a drink with pretty flowers in it, the edible flowers, they're from their rooftop garden.
Wow.
And the chef of Baltair shops at the farmer's market every Wednesday. So there's cool things that I'm learning about their lifestyle. So I think it's really interesting.
It's really cool because LA has definitely had an evolved food scene, and it's not even recognized even as much as it should be. And the chefs are such artists, really, and they have such incredible stories.
They really are. And actually, my next interview that's coming up in the next issue of Focus is with Chef Byron Thomas from the Four Seasons.
Oh, nice.
And he is an edible artist. I mean, he's all about the presentation and colors. So you'll see some of his dishes.
I think that in LA, friends that come in town, they go, I can't believe everybody eats out. This must not be healthy. It's very lazy. And I think, no, it's that people are so up to their dreams here that they aren't necessarily taking that time. Why should they, when there's an incredible chef that's their passion, that's their dream? And I would imagine with all the interviews that you've done, I can only imagine, what is the mindset? What is the impetus behind these great minds of such success in these restaurants?
Well, they all have different stories, They all have different journeys, how they became hosts. I mean, how they became chefs, and they all have different things that they follow. They're all different. They're all just different.
Let's take a look at the reel of your show.
Oh yeah,
let's do that. Sure.
Awesome.
LA Chefs.
This is a new show we've just started where we're talking to interesting chefs in LA.
I'm Tambi Saffran from LA Chefs, and I'm at the Waldorf Astoria, Beverly Hills, talking to executive chef Steve Benjamin. So if you were stranded on a desert island and you could only bring 5
So I think my first and most gonna be the bread because I'm French, butter as well.
What brought you to LA and Voltaire?
This opportunity kind of came roundabout.
Tell us about this really unique, whimsical restaurant.
Well, more than restaurant, it's a culinary theater of sorts.
What dish gets ordered the most here?
I'd say it's probably our cotton candy.
Is that at Barton G?
That's Barton G.
Almost as though if they're, seeing something so extravagant for the first time and they're just awestruck by it.
So Riley, I hear there's a special way you're supposed to drink the Sabrina Tini.
Yeah, it is, and this is a cocktail that's at first is room temperature, and the way we freeze it is we finish it off with liquid nitrogen, and that's what's going to chill the cocktail for us.
Okay, and I hear there's something special I'm supposed to do with the monkey.
And then so after the cocktail will freeze over,
wow.
You can use the monkey to break the surface of the cocktail, which turns into like almost a icicle pond.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it time yet?
And then,
Is it monkey time yet?
Yeah.
Get a good sense of that aroma. Be in your mouth with as much air as possible.
Can you do that again, please?
Of course. You can do that all day long. Good job.
My name is Casper. I'm one of the founding partners of Joe and the Juice. We're here in our first store in LA on Melrose Avenue.
That looks so delicious.
Thank you.
Now the fun part, we get to taste it. That's so good. Thank you so much.
Well, thanks for coming. I'm really
Thank
glad to have you
you.
guys here.
Thank you. We had a wonderful time.
Me too.
Okay, I love that
so cool.
show.
Thank
what
you.
a great show.
Thank you so much.
And so,
it's fun to look back at all that.
right? So many great interviews.
It looks like fun. Were you sipping coffee?
I was actually learning how to slurp coffee.
What?
Yeah, there's like a special technique.
Like wine tasting is a special.
Kind of, yeah.
Really?
Who knew? Who knew?
Huh. Yeah.
Who knew? And he's like really serious about
Yeah.
it.
Is that so you get the most out of the taste each slurp? Or...
Well, you're just tasting to see if it's good, but there's like a technique where you like put it on your tongue and slurp it. I mean, I didn't know. I didn't know.
That's
That's
a
a funny video.
It's such an incredible opportunity for you to really learn firsthand
Yes.
from these chefs that like the culture and the story behind the
Absolutely.
food.
It's been really
so
fun.
where is there really organic? I want to know, are you getting the list together of where is really healthy and organic from the different restaurants?
Well, I don't want to say healthy as opposed to not
Yeah,
healthy,
but-
but like I know Craig's has a really great vegan menu for vegans. A lot of the restaurants do have organic. I can't think on the top of my head right now, but or organic options that are in the ingredients, depending on what's in season. A lot of the restaurants, which I think is just the norm, is they change their menu based on what vegetables and fruits are in season.
Nice.
You know, so it's always changing.
In doing these interviews, what do you think you've learned that surprised you about the LA chefs and the LA food scene?
Well, I think just about the chefs who knew that they have such interesting lives. Like we just take for granted our food comes out and we talk about, how good it tastes, but we don't really know the chefs. So I think that that's been most interesting for me is to learn about, the chefs and what makes a restaurant successful. The clientele are very particular here, especially in Beverly Hills area. And, there's a lot of thought that goes behind the scenes. So
it's incredible to see their personalities too. I
Yeah.
think that's the most interesting part because it's like they're putting themselves into each dish, which I think is pretty interesting.
They really are, and there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes in the kitchen that you don't see.
What was the dry ice thing? I saw the dry
Oh,
ice.
okay.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. That's at Barton G, which is on La Cienega. And that restaurant comes to LA from Miami. And that particular drink is called the Sabertini, named after Barton's monkey called Sabrina.
Oh.
Wait, his
Sabrina.
what?
So he had a pet monkey. He had a pet monkey named Sabrina, and those chocolate monkeys that look
Yeah.
like, remember the game Barrel of Monkeys?
Yes.
Those are brought in from Miami. They're special
wow.
chocolate monkeys that hang on the glass.
Wow.
That is so
Yeah,
fun.
and that's their signature cocktail.
Oh my
But,
gosh,
yeah,
that's amazing.
Really fun.
Fascinating.
But, like, I'm learning these
Yes,
things.
you have a dream job, by the way.
Right?
Amazing,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Around
been
the
really
best
fun.
places.
It's
So
been really fun.
we're going to take a little break, but
Okay.
when we come back, I want to hear your story because I think that people have so many dreams out there, but they think, I could never do that. I want to have her life. I'd love to be out there hosting in LA and going to these places. I want to hear a little bit about your story of inspiration because that's what makes LA, in our opinion. So stay tuned, you guys, as we come back and hear just Tambi's story. Stay tuned, you guys. Good morning, La La Land. I'm Dr. Erin.
I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jasmine Royer. Monday through Friday, we are going to be streaming to you live, Los Angeles.
America's first live streaming daily talk show.
At 9 a.m. Pacific time on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
And we have a sexy show for you today.
We have got Will, Leanne, and Gabe in the house. Let's go back there. Hi!
Talked to 4 beautiful, intelligent, conscious women. Clearly, I was miserable the entire time.
She has a TV show similar to your guys.
Ellen.
Yes!
Yes!
Praise emoji! The little peck, come on.
I feel so bad for Jess.
We're live too, for the people viewing.
For the people.
Wow!
MICKEYMOUSE Club Mickey Mouse on Good Morning LaLa Land.
We are streaming to you live Monday through Friday on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Happy holidays.
It's gonna be a good
Morning La La Land.
5, 6, 7, 8. We are the Musketeers, and we proudly wear our ears. We mousin', we be mousin', MICKEYMOUSE Club Mickey Mouse. Good morning, La La Land.
Welcome back. So we're talking to Tambi Saffran of LA Chefs. We're so interesting, your entire life, first of all, but really interested about, you know, your own personal life, you know, sort of how you get to this place that you are now, you know, where you're able to combine both food and, you know, TV and music. And so can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. It's been a really amazing journey for me. I moved here from New York after grad school, and I have a master's in broadcast and film, and I knew I wanted to do something in TV, and I started working on various music shows in different capacities. Worked my way up to being a producer at MTV.
Oh.
Yes. And then I took a little hiatus to have my children, which is my best production.
How many kids do you have?
I have 3 kids.
It's a major production.
I have 3 kids. And now I am a single mom who has restarted my career. So I picked up where I left off, and I produced a documentary film about the history and evolution of lead female guitar players called The X Factor She Rocks, and really excited about it. Carney Wilson narrated it for us.
That's
yeah, so
break free from those chains.
We need more female icons out there. Bring it on.
My favorite song, by the way.
But I did that got me back into it again, and I met the producer of Focus, the publisher of Focus magazine, and I started doing some stuff with the magazine, and then I started hosting on red carpets. And it's just been like a whole series of amazing things that have happened over the last 2 years. So, you know, if you've taken a break to have kids, you can get back into it and do it. Like, don't think for a minute you can't, because I'm living proof that baby, you can start over anytime, or just pick up where you left off. It's not even really
Right.
starting over.
Amen.
It's just
We
picking up where
need
you left
women
off.
to know that. It's so important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's never too late, you know?
Don't call it a comeback. Been here for years. LL Cool J, I'm sorry.
And you've been catching up with some of the most prominent restaurant owners and chefs in
Yes.
LA. One of my favorite interviews was seen
Love.
here in this issue of Focus magazine.
Yes.
Right there, right?
Yeah, these are the owners. That's Mark Birnbaum and Eugene Rem. And I also interview owners as well as chefs.
Right.
This opened, Catch opened here on Melrose, I think just a little over a year ago now, last fall. And it's a beautiful space on a rooftop. I don't
Best
know if you
brunch
guys
I've
have been
ever
there.
had. Oh,
it's-
absolutely.
Yeah. The food is great and the view is spectacular. You just come up the elevator and if you're up there like sunset, oh my God, it's so beautiful.
So Instagrammable, that one
It's
spot
so
up there.
Instagrammable. But the food is great, and I interviewed the owner, Mark, and I also interviewed the chef, Andrew Carroll, so I got to go in the kitchen and see some of the cool things that he was making. And I think you guys are going to run the interview, right?
Absolutely. Let's
so
take
if
a
you
look.
stay before you run it, if you stay tuned at the end, I had a little celebrity video bomb. It's really fun. Check it out.
Let's watch it.
And I am at the hot spot, Catch Los Angeles in West Hollywood. And I'm talking to one of the owners, Mark Birnbaum.
Hello.
Nice to see you, Mark.
Nice to see you.
Mark has opened Catch after a successful run in New York. And he's also been dubbed by Forbes magazine as the king of New York hospitality. Tell us a little bit about how you got started, how Catch came to be, and how'd you get that title?
Well, it wasn't just me. It was our company, M Group. But we started in New York City, Eugene and I. We were two young kids that were looking to do a nightclub together. And we found a space in the meatpacking district, which wasn't nearly as popular as it is today, in 2006 or so. And we opened our first nightclub called 10 June, which was named that because I'm born on June 10th and Eugene is born on June 10th. So we called it 10 June, which not everybody knows still to this day, 10 years later. But above it was a restaurant, and we really liked the concept of the one-stop shop. So moving people from a restaurant that's actually a restaurant, then down into the basement where it's a separate entrance, separate name nightclub, seemed to be a great way to take customers, handhold basically your customers from one experience to the next seamlessly. So that's sort of where we started. And as we grew older and as we wanted to kind of expand our horizons, we opened our own restaurant called Abe and Arthur's on 14th Street in New York City, just 2 blocks away from the original concept of 10 June. And we put a new nightclub underneath that called SL. Abe and Arthur's is our grandfathers, so that also, again, paid homage to ourselves.
Very cute. I love that.
Yeah. So we wanted to keep it personal. So 10 June was the birthday, Abe and Arthur's was grandfather's, SL was actually Eugene's, which was Simeon Lounge, but no one could say Simeon, so SL it was. And that went for a number of years. And then finally, on 13th Street, a space came available, and we turned that into the original Catch, which is now in its 5th year.
And now there are 4 Catch restaurants.
There are.
LA's the 4th one.
That's correct.
Where are the others?
So the first one, as mentioned, is on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th floor in New York City in Meatpacking District. The second one is in Dubai in the Fairmont Hotel. And also the third is in Playa del Carmen, Mexico, where I just came back, hence my amazing tan. And that is also on a rooftop. Each location actually has a rooftop except for Dubai. So in New York City, we have a rooftop. Playa del Carmen is a complete rooftop. And here in LA is a complete rooftop as well with a retractable roof.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Why did you pick LA for the 4th location?
I think LA sort of chose us in a way because it's far. And unless the location was perfect, we really had no intention of necessarily coming this far away. But we did believe in Los Angeles as another major city. Our clientele, certainly New York to LA is a normal sort of travel, right? So we take care of a lot of people from California in New York City already. So we were open to the idea, but the space was 100% why we're here. We were looking for a rooftop and only a rooftop. There aren't a lot in West Hollywood specifically, or even in Los Angeles. A lot of that is because of just commercial on top of residential. It's difficult to have a large rooftop open until 2 o'clock in the morning in this area. We saw this 4.5 years ago. fell in love with the location, Main on Main as we call it, on the corner of Melrose and San Vicente, which is a big artery for the area. And it's 10,000 square feet, and if we could accomplish what we wanted to accomplish, this was where we wanted to be, and we could.
And how long did it take to actually transform the space, and did you work with a designer? Because it's absolutely beautiful.
We actually, I want to say 4.5 years ago, we signed this lease. It was still a shell of a building with almost like a shroud outside. You couldn't even see it. It took another 2 years for them to even really finish the building, for us to go in front of the community board of West Hollywood to ask for our licenses and get our CUP, it's called. And then another year went by of building it, meaning the ground floor, the base building itself. And then we came in 9 months ago, really, and just built out the entire rooftop space with a designer, New World Design from New York. We brought out here, it's their first project with us, and we're extremely hands-on, so that was a great firm to work with that could kind of deliver our dream.
So you were involved with the design process from beginning to end?
I think being involved is an understatement. I think any good operator or any person that's really into hospitality, whether it's hotels, restaurants, nightclubs, whatever, if the operator themselves isn't intimately involved, I don't think it has soul. I don't think that it's a flaw in a designer. I think designers have great ideas, but individuals have dreams and visions, and like imagine. I mean, I was imagining this thing 4 years ago. Now it wasn't exactly this, but every inch of this space, from the light shining on this plant to this logo with succulents inside, to why this brick has paint or doesn't have paint, to why there's a running water fountain when you walk in, every single part of it is discussed and thought about by myself and Eugene, and then executed by our designer.
What's the key to running a successful restaurant?
If there was one thing, it would be a very easy business. There's a tremendous amount of things that go into it. Some of them are teachable, some of them are learnable, if that's a word, over time of basically trial and error.
Right.
And some of it is luck. And I think, again, like they say, it's the hardest industry in the world. 9 out of 10 restaurants fail. New York City specifically is an incredibly competitive market. There's an amazing restaurant, especially just where I'm sitting on 13th Street, 9th Avenue. If I drew a circle of 2 blocks in any direction, I could literally name the greatest chefs or operators in the world are on my block, ranging from Morimoto to Jean-Georges to Steve Hansen to Tao Group to Budokan. I mean, you've got Stephen Starr from Philadelphia, and that's just in one block. And all of them are 200 plus seats, right? So if you don't have your concept perfectly done and you don't do 9 out of 10 things on your business plan, meaning you hit a 90 minimum, you fail, right? So an 80 is basically a failure. So you have to really take seriously location, food quality, and what we and service, of course. Our mantra has always been great food, great service, great vibe, in that order. You lead with your food, you lead with your service, and of course the vibe. So all those 3 components are our key, plus design, plus clientele, plus just making people feel welcome all the time. And it starts at the front door, and it ends at the front door. So hello, thank you for coming, goodbye, and thank you for it's all of it.
What do you think the biggest challenge is?
Well, food is, again, number one, and that's a challenge because when you're in New York, we're 450 seats. Here, we're almost 400 seats. These are big restaurants going from 5 o'clock in the afternoon all the way to, say, midnight serving food, and you've got 700, 800, sometimes 1,000 covers a night. And to make sure that the first customer is getting the exact same treatment and consistency of food, when you have an exhausted kitchen or you have a tired, annoyed waiter or busboy, whatever it is, hostesses, it's a lot of personal interaction, a lot of aggravation, on our side to just deal with people. If you tell someone that no for whatever reason, there is an expectation as a customer that you have to get a yes. So we have to figure out how to make a no seem like a yes, or at least feel like a yes. And that's, off the top of my head, some of the million challenges that can go wrong before you even taste food.
Can we talk about the food? Let's talk about the food. Talk about Chef Andrew Carroll. How did you meet the chef?
So Chef Andrew has been with us since the beginning. Aben Arthur's. Even the first restaurant that we did was a steakhouse, and he was a terrific chef. He was like a number 2 or so at Aben Arthur's. When we opened Catch in New York City, he was right there as well. Since then, he has gone to each one of our outpost locations as the opening chef. So in Playa del Carmen, in Dubai, and now in Catch LA, he's the executive chef.
Tell us a little bit about what you're making here tonight.
Tonight we're doing a special. It's a whole bronzino. It's about 2.5 pounds, and we take the bones out from the top so it's opened up, and it has a nice arugula sunchoke salad inside with some burst tomatoes.
Sounds yummy. What's your favorite thing on the menu here?
My favorite item right now would be the hearts of palm cake. It's the sauce I got from when I was living in Mexico. So it's a nice pepian sauce with guajillo and ancho chilies. And it's a vegan, gluten-free dish that is very good for LA. So it's a kind of a fan favorite right now for everybody.
What made you decide to become a chef?
I became a chef because I started working in kitchens when I was 16, and I did go to school for psychology, but next thing I know, my brother called me out. He said, I bought you a one-way ticket. Let's move out west. So I dropped out of school, and next thing I know, I was in San Francisco in culinary school and kind of never looked back.
And if you were stranded on a desert island with just 5 ingredients, what would they be?
I think my 5 items that I would take would be, let's see, I would bring maybe a nice blue cheese, a nice hard cheese like an aged Parmesan. I would bring a humble fog. I would bring a nice baguette, and I would just eat cheese and bread all day.
Cheese and bread. That's all you would eat? Okay. Well, thank you, Andrew.
Thank you very much.
Los Angeles I've found to be a little bit more local based, as well as one industry as opposed to multiple industries. Oh, hey. This is Marlon. Good.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, Marlon.
How are you? Nice to see you. How you doing?
Typical LA experience.
I thought you was
Yeah. No, a little bit of both.
crashing your interview right now.
It's all good.
Okay.
You are.
I'm sorry.
Marlon's a regular.
Food
He
was
eats a
delicious.
lot. Thank you so
I love
much.
this man, and I love this place, and I love you because you're talking to me. And I love you. All right, Mark. Enjoy, go.
I'll see you in a minute. He's a character.
It's great.
Best lobster mac on the planet.
It's true. He's smart and fun.
And we're back. Total celebrity photo bomb there,
awesome.
right?
So
Video bomb.
unexpected.
Oh
Not
my God.
planned at all.
That's
So
hilarious.
LA. It was so LA.
He had to get his moment of glory.
Yeah, but it made it really fun.
That was an incredible interview, and really just the landscape of that. Everything is so planned and so purposed, even just the succulents and the logo.
Yeah, you notice the logo in the back.
Absolutely. We're going to get a picture in front of that logo tonight for a little...
All right, we're there tonight. That's right.
Fun. Well, now you know some of the dishes to order.
So we're so excited because you are going to be on Good Morning LaLa Land. You're going to be bringing these segments. And the thing I love about that interview is it's longer. It's not just a 2-second clip on some shout out of, celebrities in LA. You get into the deep conversation.
It was really great to sit down for that length of time, with Mark. I don't know if it's been done anywhere else. I'm not sure. I haven't seen
Chef
it.
Andrew, that was so neat to just get a quick peek behind the curtain that is the kitchen. And I mean, 4 of these restaurants all over the world. It's amazing that we have one right down the street.
Yeah. This is their 4th location, and it's really great with the show to go, in the kitchen.
Right.
Gosh, I thought I was hungry before. Can you take me out all the time? All day.
No, and not just
Absolutely.
on the show, but also in the magazine as featured in this month's Focus magazine as well. A quick little shout out was in here, and it's just really great to hear your stories. And
the reason why we wanted to have Tambi on the show today is obviously because she has an incredible story, and we truly believe that any point in time, after kids, before kids, whatever, you can follow your dreams and passions. And we wanted to have you on the show because we want to invite you to come and do these segments and bring LA, the great restaurants, the great conversations, the great long form interviews to Good Morning LaLa Land. We're so excited to have you on the team here.
Thank you.
Yeah, celebrate the food and the art that makes La La Land.
Absolutely.
Endless. The options in LA are endless. That's why we need you here.
Right?
Because I could just, I could literally spend all my money at just
Need
restaurants.
to figure out where we're going to go for lunch after.
Exactly. That's right.
And we do believe that the concept of restaurants are transforming. They are a part of people's lives. People are not cooking as much. They're eating out, whether it be in high-end restaurants like Catch, whether it be kind of the go to the counter and order. People do not cook in Los Angeles. Very little do they cook. They go out and eat out. And so your show, LA Chefs, are very important for people to see what's good, where they can get good food, good people, where the hot spots are, and all that, right?
Absolutely. And one of the things I also want to point out about Catch is that it's a rooftop restaurant, and that's another great thing about living in LA with the great weather. Rooftop restaurants are becoming a trend here, because we can eat outside so many months of the year. The new Waldorf Astoria restaurant opened. I interviewed for this last issue the chef of the Jean-Georges, Steve Benjamin, and that's a rooftop restaurant, and that's been all the rage all summer. I mean, it's really only a short amount of time here that it's chilly, and
right,
they have heat lamps, and we
so
have
where else?
jackets.
So we have, where's the other rooftop? We have Waldorf, Catch, obviously.
Right. There's EPLP.
Yes, I love that
which
place.
I know the owner there, and they actually just put in an outdoor movie theater this past
They
summer.
did?
Yeah. So on the adjacent parking lot, they show really cool movies.
Is that part of that one club? The club, the cinema club?
I don't know. You can go online and you can order your tickets. It's separate from the restaurant, but it's at the adjacent to the rooftop there.
Wow.
But that's a really cool thing.
I'm gonna get you on speed dial,
Right?
To date ideas. Like,
Right?
Yeah.
We should have a segment on Fridays. We do the date and love and all that stuff. So maybe you could fill us in one Friday of where some great spots are.
Absolutely. I mean, Voltaire has an open air dining room, so that's also pretty. But all the hotels here have rooftops. The Peninsula has a rooftop. They did a summer barbecue again this year. The Waldorf, which we mentioned. The Montage, which was another interview I did, that has a rooftop.
As a mom, where do you take your kids to dine in LA?
That's a great question.
Well, it's interesting because they have different tastes, and I have 2 boys and a girl. My daughter would like to eat at any of the restaurants I go, and she's mature enough to go to them. The boys are more like, should I say? I mean, they love In-N-Out Burger. They love it. They love
more casual.
Yeah, but they're all about burgers and pizzas. They're boys, I don't think they appreciate yet, but they will.
LA
when they
is
start
such
dating.
a burger scene, though. There are so many good burgers in LA. It's like if you come to LA, you have to get a burger.
Absolutely, and In-N-Out's like
Most places
been
have
here.
vegan options also at the burger places, but some vegans don't even want to walk in there. But I'm sure a lot of them have vegetarian burgers.
Well,
and
there's
things.
veggie burgers, turkey burgers, which I love. So
Yeah.
But there's a lot of burger places.
All I
here.
knew was Five Guys.
Okay, so
LA just
my
continues to
boys
impress.
love Five Guys.
continues
They
to impress.
love Five Guys.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
So where else are you going to go for LA Chefs? What's next on your list?
Well, the next one coming up is the Four Seasons, which I mentioned, and I have a couple of ideas, but I'll,
You'll fill us in.
Yeah,
Once the episode comes out.
Yeah.
So you guys can go to, where can they find you? We know they can go to Focus TV Network /LA Chefs, correct? And obviously we have that here.
On my Instagram, which is just_Tambi, and I'm also building my website right now, which will have the interviews and more.
And will that be called LA Chefs, or will that be your personal
It will be an LA Chefs website.
Great.
Yeah, and I'll keep you posted.
Okay, great.
Yeah, we're just in the process of building that now, so it's really exciting.
Oh, great. Well, we'd love to have that linked in with Good Morning LaLa Land's website as well,
Great,
and
thank
Focus
you.
TV Network. And so just so excited to be in this incredible community of Focus TV Network, bringing LA all together through talk shows, long form. We know in today's world, people love the 3 to 5 minute clips, the fast format. That's not what we're about. We're about building deep conversations, positivity, and transformation, wellness, and all the above right here at this incredible studio.
Transformation Tuesday.
That's right. So you want to take us out, Deslin?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for tuning in with us today on America's first live streaming daily talk show. We are coming to you at 9 a.m. Pacific time, Monday through Friday, on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. It's going to be a good morning, La La Land.
Have a great day, you guys.